For years, I wanted to build my own income streams while working a full-time job, and every night I was just too exhausted to start. After working all day, 8 or 9 hours, commuting, an hour to an hour and a half home, making dinner, putting away the laundry, taking care of everything else that life has, that you have to deal with, there wasn't much left in the energy pool after all that. It's not that I was lazy, I was just exhausted. And it's hard to put yourself into something when you're just too tired. I'd tell myself, I'll work on it this weekend, and then the weekend would come, and I'd either be, just wanting to relax or get out of town. But now the tables have turned. I actually have time to build my bookkeeping client base, manage my Etsy shop, and push this YouTube channel towards a monetization. The one thing you have when you're unemployed is time. How you use that time can shape your financial future. I still am job searching every day because I absolutely do need to find some sort of steady income as quick as possible. But I'm also realizing that I can use this time, through this, especially through this summer season, to build something that's going to be all mine. It's, becomes more than just job searching, because it's building something I'm going to keep as long as I want, not what somebody else says I can have it. First, I had to start somewhere, but I had no clue when it came to, getting the ball going on my bookkeeping business. I, wasn't sure quite where to start. I was finally, going to boost myself out of this, like I do a little bit of contract work, to actually having a real business. So it took a couple months of getting things to a good point of public visibility. I had to figure out pretty much everything getting started. I don't really have a mentor for this, so I had to get my certifications in order, building a website, which I'm still working on. That one has been a little bit of a challenge. Creating my marketing materials, deciding how to price my servicing, setting up my social media pages for my, my advertising, and just kind of learning how to put myself out there in the world. And none of that's really come naturally to me, but every week I keep learning something new. So with the groundwork in place, I started into the next phase of networking. Then came that huge setback, and I don't know if you guys have seen any of my past videos, but I was making a big networking commitment there on LinkedIn, which I am no longer using. And if you didn't see my last videos about the hacking and the people taking over my LinkedIn account, you can go back. I will try and remember to link that video, excuse me, at the end of this video, so you can go back and get the backstory on that, because I no longer use LinkedIn. So after that setback, it's finally, now it's been a couple months, and I have regained my confidence on this whole shattered networking. I'm trying to do it the old school way, though, sending emails, handing out flyers, talking to local businesses, reaching out to CPAs and people I know in finance. It's a lot slower than being able to digitally network across the platform that's supposed to be for that. But that's okay, because this has a lot more control on me and less for someone else to gain control over my information. So next thing I have is a very creative and busy mind. So one thing I naturally gravitated towards was creating an Etsy shop. That's been really fun. I've been creating, some beautiful fun items, turning them into wearable products, gifts for people to purchase. It's been a lot of fun doing this. It's gotten my creativity going again. which I've always enjoyed. It's great for any kind of stress. You know, you just dive into that creative mind, and all the other things just kind of go away for a while. So learning Etsy has been fun. Learning print on demand, things like that, things I've never used before. So with Etsy, you know, I had to create different designs first of all for my creations, and then it was, you know, not just that, but putting them out there into the Etsy community by using mock-ups and making sure my pricing is good and figuring out what customers are looking for. Yeah, so that's been fun. I finally got my shop open with products. I'm proud of it. It's looking really cute. I haven't gotten any sales yet, but like I said, I just started. So, you know, give it some time. Takes a while for word of mouth to organically grow. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not a big push everything off onto my friends and family. I like to just allow things to grow organically, just like this YouTube channel. Which leads me to this one, which was the most unexpected avenue of income to take for me. And I may not be monetized yet, but I also, you know, like I said, I never saw myself doing this. You know, as you guys can tell, I am not a public speaker. And at first, the thought of making a video for YouTube was a big, huge no way, no way, no, not gonna happen. But life has a way of changing your mind sometimes. When I found, let's see, Kevin and Michelle, it's Michelle is ST Talks channel, and Kevin has Kevin 24/7 channel here on YouTube. I've watched both of their channels. They have multiple channels, but those are their two main ones that I started with. And I've been watching them for years, almost probably about 2 years. And I've watched them go from, you know, almost kind of the beginning, maybe a little bit into it, but I've been watching them build real businesses with YouTube. So when they announced they were going to be starting a program to help people build YouTube channels as a coaching program, I thought to myself, well, I like him, I like her, what I see on YouTube, what could it hurt? Joining their SKOOL community, which is spelled SKOOL, called Common Sense Methods, has completely changed the way I look at YouTube. I don't see it as just posting videos. I see it as learning a skill and building another business. I'm not working, you know, I'm still working on, I guess you would say, on the monetization. I still need people to, you know, watch my videos to get watch hours. But you know, oh, and definitely subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, if you want to help me out, please just click the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. But like I'm saying, you know, this might get me closer to my goal of having these extra income streams. I'm all about it. And you know, also, if you guys want to learn how to do these YouTube videos and create a channel and create a community of like-minded folks like yourselves, I would highly recommend checking them out, and I will leave their their link in the description box down below. So you guys, you know, this is just one of many experiences I've been having. I don't ever want to have to depend on just that one paycheck ever again. And I'm not saying you guys should all go out and start all these different streams of business, you know, because for a lot of us, that's just not really realistic. I mean, believe me, I know when I was working and trying to do things on the side, it was really hard to get going because it takes time and dedication. And when you're exhausted from the rat race, you don't want to put any more time into something else. You just want to kind of sit there and be numb. So, you know, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but these are options if you're interested. I'm just kind of putting out there what I've been doing. You know, maybe selling crafts isn't your thing, but maybe consulting is. You know, maybe photography. You never know. Maybe those old photographs you have could turn into something new in the future. But if you're over 50 and you're feeling like you're behind, you're not. Sometimes life just gets, you know, busy, and sometimes life gives us opportunities. It just depends on where you're at. Losing my job was not part of the plan. It definitely was not. But if this experience helps me to build these multiple streams of income instead of just relying on having that one employer or that one client or that one avenue of income, then so be it. Bring it on. Let's do it. I don't know which of these are going to end up to be successful, if any of them. It might be bookkeeping. It might be Etsy. It might be right here on YouTube. It might be something I haven't even thought of yet. But for this, excuse me, for this time in a long time, I'm building a future that doesn't just rely on a source of income, and it feels pretty good because nobody can take this away. This is something I'm building for me, myself, my family. I can't get fired. I guess technically, I guess you could, YouTube could just cut you off, or Etsy could just close your shop for you. Those things are possible, but how likely is that to happen? Not really, depending on if you follow the rules or not. But in reality, you're gonna have these businesses and these streams of income for yourself without anybody telling you how to do it, what to do, those kind of things. And it's gonna be something that you're doing for yourself, and it feels good. So if you guys are interested, like I said in the YouTube thing, I'm going to leave that link in the description box. And, if you guys want to leave your comments down below about what do you do in your free time? Do you create streams of income? Do you have crafts? Just curious what everybody else does out there. And yeah, so that's all I really had to say today, you guys. It's been a busy week. I've got a lot going on. So hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with another video. If not, I will definitely be here soon. So I will catch you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.